guys, welcome. In today's video we are going to talk about personal websites and whether you still need a personal website in 2021. If say you're a creator or you're a freelancer and you want to brand yourself beyond the LinkedIn kind of resume, you want people to know more about you. You do get many people asking you, send me your profile, send me your work. Is it necessary for you to have a personal website? I am somebody who has a personal website. It is artistfire.com. It is not under my name. Some people prefer to have their names, for example jinwandimi.com or .co.ke, whatever domain you choose, but I don't think really that makes a difference, because at the page the first thing they see is your portfolio or stuff that you do. So is it really necessary to have that, and what are the advantages of having a personal website? Is social media pages enough? Some people, for example photographers, often send like their Instagram pages, or influencers as well send their Instagram pages or social media pages, and that would suffice. But I feel like in 2020 I have learned that social media pages can change at any moment. I mean, Instagram now has turned to become AliExpress. That's a joke that people are saying, that Instagram wants to become Amazon now. I mean, the social aspect of Instagram is completely out the window. The algorithm is a mess. I actually don't enjoy that app at all. I'm always saying about it. Back then I think I did enjoy Instagram at some point, but it has never been really my cup of tea, especially like the explore page. Everything to me really never made sense, especially when I discovered that I only used to see posts of about 5 people and the rest were fitness influencers, and I got so tired of Instagram. But then there are other people who thrive on that platform as well. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that these platforms are changing on us. Like, you really loved Instagram and now they have really changed their model. What does that mean for you as a creator? It means that not many people will be viewing your content. So for example, if let's say your post back then used to get like 200 likes and nothing much has changed, but now it's getting 100 likes simply because of the algorithm, it's time for you to start thinking about the future and how you can really grow your brand, especially if your graph of growth is just like going down. So yeah, in 2020 I've noticed that these platforms have really changed on us. I mean, they're changing every day and there's nothing we can do as creators, because sadly we are the product, and users as well, we are the product. Yeah, I'm sure you guys watched Social Dilemma. If you haven't, please watch Social Dilemma. It's such an interesting movie that you can be able to see how social media platforms really are not really for our benefit. Yes, they have the social aspect, but at the end of the day there is somebody pulling the strings and feeding you what they want you to see, so that at the end of the day you can click and buy. So that's the main bottom line. They just want you to buy. So they don't care about your mental health, they don't care about your interests, they don't care about your social aspect. They just want to keep you there as a product. So that is one thing I've noticed about social media platforms that has prompted me to think deeper about how can I really build my own community, or how can I best showcase what I am doing. The best thing I thought is through a website, because I have creative control on what is going to go on the website. So that's the best thing about having a website, is that you have creative control. If you want to use this type of font, you can use it. If you want to use this color, you can use it. If you want to use this format, you can use it. There's no limitation. So that's what I really love about having a personal website. So let's look at the advantages of having a personal website. The personal website is more dynamic than a resume. A resume kinda tends to follow the same format of biodata and then interest and then referees and all that stuff. Well, I've noticed that in 2020 and also in 2019 the CV has taken a really different turn, and now people are sending more one-pagers where they can really have creative control. However, I feel like a website is one of the best ways that you can show people what you do, and you can really create a good personal impression by a website. In fact, just go and check out my personal website. It's not the best there is, but I feel like it does a good job of telling people beyond my resume, what do I do. And the best thing is that if let's say I have a small win, or if I'm featured somewhere, or if I want to include something, I can always go back, edit the page and add that information, add the photo, add whatever, the video, whatever I want to include in the website, which is not possible in a CV. So I feel like a personal website is more dynamic than a CV. It allows you to really showcase showcase so many things that you have done that a CV wouldn't, with its own limited kind of format. So I think that that's one of the advantages of having a personal website. Next thing is that you can really get opportunities from having a personal website, because you can showcase some of your greatest wins. Social media is good, but some of the things really get like down there, like some of your achievements or some of your skills really go down there, because it's not every day that you're shouting to people, hey guys, I did this, I was featured by BBC, I did ABCD, I worked with Google, I did blah blah blah. But when you have a personal website, you can be able to highlight things, and it's not really chronological, it's more static, so you can be able to highlight the things that you want anybody who is coming to the site to see, and social media cannot do that for you. The next thing I've noticed is that having a personal website, even as a freelancer or as a creative, gives you a certain authority, and people tend to find you more credible when you have a personal website. It has happened to me many times. Say for example, you're hiring 2 freelance writers, both of them send you a CV, but one also says check out my portfolio and check out my work, and through his website you can be able to see who he has worked with, you can be able to see where he has been featured, he or she has been featured, the types of jobs that he or she has done or clients worked with. Well, would you pick the person who gave you only a CV, or this other person who gave you a really good snapshot and shows that they are really credible, all other matters fixed? I'm very sure you will pick the person who goes the extra mile to actually show you their website and show you that, you know what, there's so much more than just a CV. Everybody has a CV now, so what are you doing to really set you apart from that? I believe that a personal website can really do that for you and really give you opportunities and give you an edge. The next thing is that a website can give you creative freedom. Say for example, you're an artist or you're a creator and you really want to showcase some of your work, like photography, and maybe you cannot do that in a CV. A website can really help people see that oh, this person has worked on this, and it gives you creative control. You can use like fonts that you want, other things that you wouldn't normally do in a CV or on LinkedIn. So I feel like having a personal website really helps you to really showcase yourself. This is also another point that I had mentioned. It is the best way to make a personal impression virtually, apart from video. I think a personal website really can go beyond and can really tell people so much about you in just like one page, like the home page. So that's another advantage, and I think you should weigh these things when you're deciding whether it's necessary to have a personal website. The other thing I've noticed is that you don't own and control your data when it comes to social media. Some people believe that I have social media pages, I have LinkedIn, I have Twitter, people can know much about me through there. But then I've also noticed that you don't own that data that you post on those platforms. When you read those terms and conditions, you'll realize that, for example, like on Twitter, I think if you post a photo, it belongs to them and people can use that photo. There's something like that was some fine print somewhere. So when it comes to your website, you own your data, you own creative control, you have the authority to change how things are. I have seen people really being locked out of their accounts. I've seen people with over 100k followers on Twitter losing their accounts, either because somebody reported, and you know how busy these social media support people are. They really don't have time to check your credibility or check whether your case is true or whatnot. So I'm very sure that in your own website, unless you're hacked, you always have the control, because you have your logins, you have all those details, unless you're hacked. That social media doesn't. If, let's say, Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey decides today Jean is no longer on Twitter or on Facebook, we don't want her anymore, they can really lock you out. So a personal website does not do that. So I feel like you should really weigh that, and I think you can do both in tandem, like you can do both at the same time. The other other thing I really like about having a personal website is that you can control your content. So in social media, they have guidelines of how you can do your content. You know, for example, on Twitter, they say that you need to post a 2-minute video and nothing more. So there are all these restrictions, or 280 characters. There are all these like restrictions that social media pages have. Or LinkedIn, kind of, maybe you would like to put your photo on the left, you can't. So on a website, you can be able to control those sorts of things, and you can be able to do it how exactly you want it done. I also feel like having a personal website will really help you to consolidate all the information that you want in, you know, in just a few pages. It can really help you arrange your things. Well, I feel like the only way you can be able to like arrange your stuff on social media is through your bio, through your photo, and through your pinned post. Well, on YouTube, yes, you have a lot, and people will have to actually dig deeper to be able to see exactly, or to be able to catch a glimpse of exactly who you are. I have seen on Twitter people are creating threads, introducing themselves like, hey, I am Jean, kindly find below some of my information, and they've created threads and they've put that as the bio. I've also seen people using a site called Linktree, which consolidates all their links and sends it as one link, and they use that on their bio. But I feel like not everyone will click that. But if somebody clicks your website, they'll be able to see so much information, and they won't be able to just leave. So they want to see, okay, where did they work? Oh, they've been featured here. But on social media, it's a bit crazy. I also don't like LinkedIn. I don't like the whole experience of LinkedIn or how it's arranged. It kind of reminds me of Facebook though. But yes, LinkedIn, yes, you can really showcase yourself, but I think a website is also a good thing to have in addition. The other thing I noticed is that nowadays people are so like building their email list. Nowadays people are talking about how you need to build an email list, because what happens if social media sites close down tomorrow? You have lost your whole community and you have to start from scratch. But then if you want to maintain all those people in a community, all you have to do is create an email list. And if you're in the creative economy, you know how to create email lists, you know how to use lead magnets and all those things that we'll be talking about in other videos. For you to be able to create an email list, I think you need to have a website attached to it. Yes, you can do it on MailChimp, MailerLite, and all those other things, but when you have a website, it is easier, because it's easier for you to use those landing pages, for people to subscribe, for people to enter your email list, for people to see past mailing lists. I think that the website is one of the best things to house all those things. And if you want to monetize your content in the long run, you have to create a website at some point, especially if you're in the knowledge economy. So you have to create a website, because that's where you're housing your knowledge in a condensed version. That's where you're housing the people who come to your page. That's where you're housing the door or the email subscription list. So it's always good to think about a website as something that you can do or create for your personal like content strategy. Yeah, those are the advantages, and I hope I've convinced you enough. However, I would not be balanced, I would not be objective, and if I never mentioned about the disadvantages of having a website. Yes, I said sometimes your website could be hacked and you could lose all your information, but so can your social media. The other thing is that your website also accrues some charges, especially if you're using a .com or a domain name. You have to, there are really some charges that you have to pay for hosting charges, and also for annual domain names and all those things. So it's not free. However, you can also have your personal website on WordPress or on a hosted site like WordPress or Blogger. But I feel like if you've decided to go all the way, just do it .com or .co.ke and have your really professional website. But be careful that this is not free. You have to invest some hosting money and domain name money. If you want to know how I created my own personal website, there's a video that I'll share down below that you can see how I created my own website from scratch without using a developer. It was actually a very challenging process, but I managed. Anyway guys, let me know if there's any tip that I left out. Let me know, are you thinking about creating a personal website, or do you have a personal website? Do you think it's very necessary for creatives in 2021 to have a personal website? I'll be excited to hear your thoughts down below. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscription is free, and help me grow our community. I'm really looking forward to hitting 4,000 subscribers, and yeah, thanks for all your support. Bye bye.